Late takeoff, but controlling it is Jackson Baker. Deep off the bottom, clean frontside swoop. Driving off the top again, nails a beautiful top turn.
Right there, just to be kind of like riding blind for that little millisecond. And look here, just driving through that car. Beautiful technique there. Now he gets the redirection. Eyes down the line. Nice and smooth, although a little bit of foam on the face. This section here, look how clean it is. Just accentuates the turn, releases the fins ever so slightly at the back half of the turn there.
The pack are able to achieve here at Margaret's. So a lot on the line as we see Zeke taking off once again. Beautiful big drawn out carve and a monster finish. This is going to be a big score and he knows it.
It's an incredible finish. The way he carves down the face here, you know he carves and fades, comes around that bowling section, and his timing is just exquisite out of the lip, and he handles the bounce.
Cuts that bottom turn short to use all that speed in a searing frontside carve up into this foamy section and has the control to hang on to the finish.
Searing is the word. This is a phenomenal manoeuvre. John John Florence in full flight. And no one holds the rail longer or harder and with more power, and then he comes out of it.
Waiting for this big right to open up and give him some good scoring potential. Squares up off the bottom into the lip. Powerful with the rail grab off the bottom turn into a second snap.
Just absolutely tags the lip here. 2 times, bang. Look, there's like 5 or 6 different lips he could have hit on that wave. And he picked the right one. And see there, the little hand grab of the rail, steadying it, keeping the line, and then aggressive surfing on the backhand, releasing the fins, dropping out of the sky.
Colapinto on the windup. Crushes the first section off that chop. Boards chattering. Throws down the redirect. Nice line on the mid-face, bottom turn. Pushing so hard to hit it nice and high with so much commitment. And his flexibility with power and control. So much fun to watch. The Triple Crown champ from the past puts down aggressive performances when the ocean has a lot of power involved in it.
And to requalify for the next season as we take a look at this from the break.
Yeah, Gabriella Bryan up and riding here. Stringing together a series of clean snaps. Gets to the finish. As we see here, up and riding, a replay of Tatiana. Slams that first section on the backhand. And again, just a critical turn for a second one. Does she get to the finish? Yes, she does. Hits the oncoming foam section.
Tyler Wright coming off a huge win at Bells. Still looking powerful with that front side carve. Digs in even harder on the second effort. She is looking so connected.
We get the slow-mo action here, leaning on it. Look at the angle of the surfboard, driving through. Just the back foot, the back leg gets so low to the tail pad when she drives out of these turns. And again, all the power on the fins. Now she hits the brakes. Gets that low center of gravity and rides out. And just a subtle stand tall to show the judges I liked it, and so should you.
Here comes Molly Picklum now. Big sweeping frontside hook. Exactly what Richie Lovett wanted to see. Jams it through the lip, and once again.
To absolute town, and yeah, the emotion showing, she's looking fierce.
Oh, I love the technique there, the back arm. She just brought it nice and low, and that kept all the power in the legs, and then she backs it up with a really exciting snap off the lip and a third. And then watch here, just millimeters away from ending up on the reef, she hits the eject button.
You know, just stay in the moment. There's pressure always, and the last thing you want to do is put more pressure on yourself. Right now, it's just time for me to let go. Trust in all the hard work that I've done.
And she just absolutely cracks that first turn, and another deep bottom turn, and nails the second one. She comes through onto the inside here, and she looks for a finish, and she gets it.
And competing in the back half of the season, Steph on the wave right behind her. Let's go of a nice carve. Draws up into a steep section. Dynamic turn out of the top. Great stuff from Gilmore.
Yeah, it's a good looking wave. This one it's really standing up. It's vertical. How's his pocket? Amazing. That is where the money was. And this last section here, she looks at it and goes out of corner of the eye, goes, no, I'm out of here.
So not a bad looking wave. Live action with Joe.
Solid open face, and how was that big turn to start for DeFay? A quicker one, just reacting to that section.
That spontaneous reaction, the emotions coming out. A bigger wave here. Joe just digs right in hard, throws the back arm. We've seen so many of our women starting to adopt this type of turn. And what it allows you to do, Joe, is just to put so much power on that tail section of your board.
Nat Young, former Rookie of the Year on tour, starts off with a big backhand snap. Going up under the lip, got there nice and early, but it bowled up and he rides out with so much control.
As well, you can see just the waves just trying to hold him up into the lip there. Air drops down, always difficult at that point because you've got to reset your feet positioning. But Nat just straight onto that hillside rail, kind of skips off the top there, gets a little fin release, and then this turn here is just so beautiful. You can see there he was just hanging onto the toe side until that moment, and then he just had to flatten the board out.
Still, to take a set like that large on the head, would take a lot of energy out of you. As we see Kayo finding a great opening turn. Now looks for that next section, negotiates that sort of backwash double up as he comes through for a huge... Let's take a slow motion look at this impressive negotiation from Kayo.
He free falls out of the lip there, Shannon. Wow, that's just such a slashing turn. And this part here, as you said, it's just that transition, that middle part of the wave, that he's really just setting it up and getting the line right. And then this layback snap, wow, board on rail, and then as he goes down the face, he's actually in the wave itself. The back leg is just cocked and he just maintains his balance.
It's unbelievable that he was able to keep that strength in the back leg to just keep the tail engaged enough.
Amazing compression there and balance.
And now to match up against Ethan Ewing. Beautiful opening carve. Second big turn and goes for that finish under the lip.
And look at that late takeoff though, sideways takeoff. It makes it look so easy, seamless. And in the slow-mo, Shannon, this first turn, wow, solid, huh?
Just that Andy Iron style off the bottom into that perfect carve to kick it off.
Yeah, and I felt like this middle turn here, just a bit more solid than we saw with Leo's, and then finishes, gets up early, and when you see it in slow-mo, how critical that is, he makes it look so easy.
It comes through as a 9.00, and I think you just hit the nail on the head, Rabbit, in saying that Ethan had a lot more to bring in this Australian leg.
Yeah, I just feel there was some unfinished business. Kaya Belly has I will come back to that in a minute. Here's Ethan, Shannon.
Live action with a powerful opening carve. Great snap for the second turn, working his way through to the inside.
On the ribbon, but these first couple of snaps under the lip, he just carves it and holds it and then releases, goes to the base of the wave, no movement out of shape there, no pumping, just carving. Incredible surfing. It's like a video.
It is. This is the type of surfing you expect to see in free surfing videos.
Yeah, but what the classic is that it might take all day to get these two waves of his. You know, you might shoot all day and go, right, the edit is done. We've got the best two waves. This is going to make the movie.
But here we go, Geordie Smith trying to get rid of a 6 at the moment to push the requirement higher for Zeke Lau. Big section there. And Geordie's just looking on today, wants the finish.
Committed foam climb. So watch this, hits that lump right there, and Geordie with the strength and the absorption of the thighs, just managing to muscle his way through it. And the second one, look how high in the lip that was, really critical. Could have overcooked it, but just regains control. and then finishes up well.
Exactly that feeling you would have got is, yeah, I'm coming back home.
Yeah, as we see a turn to start on the open face, driving into a layback hook, looking incredibly powerful. We're still feeling that momentum, Bugs. What do you think?
Look at the speed at which he's travelling on this one. He's just attacking this wave with everything he's got. This is such a good ride, and Idolo is hitting his straps. His timing is just superb today, and there's massive turns, and one after the other. Is in such good rhythm with the wave. Just 3 big turns, but they accrued him an 8.33. Now he has his opponent in the combo situation. That's a comfort zone for Idolo.
Sees Toledo hammering down the line. First section isn't wasted. Nice turn there. And now improves, I think, the move choice there. Ditching the fins for a moment.
Ronnie, is that the board maybe have a little hairline crease, but see this here? Brings the arm down and then puts on a little second movement into that carve. And then just gets right into the deep bottom turn, up into the lip. Actually releasing right off the top there. And that is some of the most progressive surfing we've seen today. And Philippe just, well, he's gone to a new gear in this heat compared to yesterday. And right here, you can see, bang, you can actually, in the slow-mo, you can see the flex of the board there. Just showing he really deserves to be in the upper part of the ratings right now.
As does this man and his rival in this heat. Ethan Ewing up against Kyle Belly here in heat number 6.
That final lip, but just technique here, Ron. So smooth and solid. One of the most stylish surfers on the tour, in my opinion. Driving hard off the bottom. Slightly narrower stance than some of the other natural footers. And just so sure-footed through these carves. Really makes it look effortless.
Here we go, Ethan Ewing, the surfer from Stradbroke Island, over there on the east coast. The Queenslander driving through that first carve. Again, Ethan's so shy on land, but really lets his surfing do the talking and is super expressive, like Curran was when he's out there in the lineup.
Yeah, he's just got this ability to really...
Free fall drop, Jordy hangs onto it. Lays into a solid hook. He'll commit to this inside fading cutback. There's the lip. He crushes it.
It's just that's a really late takeoff there, and he was just slightly off balance. He recovered his balance so well to go into his repertoire.
You can see he was just going on feel there. He had white water in his face. He just trusted his ability to find his feet and crushes the finishing move.
That was not by accident.
Jack Robinson, deep off the bottom. Cole tracking on that first turn. Throws a little bit of water on that wrap and now lights up the end section. Got there.
The flare it a bit out the top here. See, look at that. It does a big layback snap and then drives down. He uses that foam ball to drive in front of it. That's certainly local knowledge right there.
Jack Robinson competing on his home break. He hasn't reached the quarterfinals yet. Resetting with that second move, needs something big here as he's chasing an excellent score. Off the bottom, drills it off the top and stomps it with authority.
This is just such a dynamic move, Joe.
Put so much into the finish and he just had to free fall. He's solid in the air. That's always going to help him land in the flats hard. And there's the celebration.
Here goes Florence. One of those beautiful big layback carves to get started. Big open face to deal with here. Again, winds through a big rail turn, now setting up the inside. Hammers the section.
Just to make sure he didn't nosedive. And now a deeper look at it. Gets right up high in there, both arms. Almost the double layback hack on that one, but just so compressed as he turns right up high in the pocket. And the second carve as well. Just powering through it. Great extension with the body. Then gets to the finish here, Ron. Watch this. Gets nice and high up in the lip. Now compresses, gets all the weight on the back foot as the wave pockets out under him.
Now Florence up again, wave number 3, first section. Hangs on the rail. Nice carve to get started. This one's starting to flatten out a little bit. But he'll line up the end section and give it everything he's got.
You can end up waiting for something that won't come. And you've got to stay with the heat, and you've got to stay with the rhythms of the sets. If you just start going, I'm going to wait for the biggest wave of the whole day, it might not come. And, well, if John only gets about a 7 here, then Griff, you know, he could still get that score with 2.85. So, you know, he's obviously looking for a particular type of wave. As we look at the ultra slow-mo here of John. Just this ghost model, Pizel board, he's just found something really special in this particular model here. We know it's got that really pulled in narrow tail that just allows John to knife into these little sections here. A little bit of fin release on that one. His toes and heels almost hanging over the back half of the edges.
And now he's setting up for maybe a big air on the finish here. Loading up, the section stands up and he goes the full rotation and rides out.
Completes it.
Well, this is, you know, a really tricky wind and section. It's ideal for the air, but, you know, there is that danger of losing contact with your equipment. He just hung on beautifully. He's had some big individual moves in his career, and this is another spectacular move. Under pressure, too.
Well, the wave before, it started well and didn't finish well.
Might get a bit more room to fit in a couple more turns on this ride. Driving up into the lip. Banks the section. It's a tricky one. He likes the feel of it. Opportunities to good effect now. Didn't want to waste them. Didn't want to end up back on the Challenger Series. And he's got a good looking flow happening here at the moment. Really putting the board on edge today, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, you can see that confidence is really helping him, especially just in those driving bottom turns.
Yeah, and you can see Matty just maybe not when you compare it against, say, a John John, the back half, the back third of the turn. The rail is not quite as engaged enough. He's maybe flattening it out a little bit more. But what he's sort of lacking in power, he's bringing in variety.
Deep on this one, now setting that bottom turn, going right to the lip. Beautiful frontside arc. Back to the open face, big whip in the pocket.
And it seemed like he'd actually ridden out of it then and bailed just before the bricks. That's just a beautiful carve down. I mean, when it brings it back in the pocket, really brings his board around under his feet. And this turn, even though that's sort of a transition turn, it's a full-blooded one. And this is where it gets busy for him. This beautiful snap down and then brings it back on the inside edge and up and over that lip line. Now, does he surf out of this? He just handles this section of it. Looks like he's on his feet there, Joe.
Coming off the bottom with some speed, wraps it into the pocket. Now the local boy looking for the end section. Frames it up off the lip and rides away. Bemrose loves it.
Oh, he knows he's got a chance here. This first turn, dynamic.
So clutch for Jack Robinson.
Now the chance for Gabriella Bryan. A huge wall up in front of her. Executes the perfect turn on that first section. Up into the lip on the second with a great snap. And doing everything she needs to ride out of this wave.
Let's see what happened with Gabriela Bryan here. Just you can see she's surfing with so much passion, so much intent. Holds that bottom turn and a beautiful carve to finish off.
For her first maneuver, sets herself up in the bowl with a nice slash of the tail, and now just negotiates over that wobble and puts together a great finish under the lip.
Amazing. We'll let you go, get ready for the final. It's a big one, and we can't wait to see it and watch it. Cheers, Aussie.
Thank you, Laura. Isabella Nichols, great performance under pressure.
That's virtually a John John claim. This is unbelievable. At full power, then the power gauge just went through the Richter scale.
The acceleration and just the ability to reel it in and not lose control, dig that board into the face of the wave, it's remarkable.
And even this second one is just power plus. He loves it. This is just, he's in his element now. And as I said, he just sort of takes a little bit off this to absolutely nail it, make sure of it 100%, gets air under his board, free fell, And right there, that's a John John claim. That's it.
Well, Kaipo on the 6-point ride, he was just warming the engine, but he put the foot to the floor on that last one. And he'll try and get rid of this 6 again. Medium-sized wave, so expect him to go to town. High risk first turn. Busts the tail free and recovers beautifully, gets some speed, and then hammers the pocket once again.
Look at the speed he's attacking this wave with everything he's got. That's unbelievable. He nearly lost it there, brings it round. The recovery is incredible. The second snap was just world class.
The surfer from Stradbroke, and now Margaret River's own Jack Robinson's going to take off. Good size set and holds that car for a long time. Couple of bumps to negotiate, but he does well to hang on to it.
Oh, Jack is just on fire. So he just carves down the face, hits a bit of a bump there, has to kind of recover in the whitewater. Again, comes around that whitewater section from behind, attacks with a nice carve. And this last move here, this is world class. Big lip, huge extension and elevator, and just lands it so neatly.
Standing up, draws off the bottom, straight into a beautiful hook, and drops back down the face, climbs back into the open water again, goes to that rail, and now looks to set up a huge finish. Yeah, really solid stuff. This first turn was money, just the way he whips that board back into the bowl.
It's incredible. And this is the rail surfing that you described before that everyone wants to be able to do. To be able to do it on the world stage when the pressure's on is a sign of his maturity.
Yeah, this was really where I think the guts of the points came from. 9.03. He'll get out on that open face and lay into one of those big calves, draws it right down to the bottom of the ride, and now looks to line up this huge finish. Nice jam there, gets there nice enough.
Jack's out in front of the wave so well, and Jack, this is how he knows his finish better than anyone out here. That's not a little shory finish there. Look at how he's just staying ahead of that massive foam ball coming towards him. Many have come unstuck.
Lay back fin throw for Florence. Off the lip. Already an impressive combination of turns. All kinds of variety on the open face at main break.
And one of the most dynamic, exciting turns we've seen all day. Have a look at this. Wow, just driving the fins, full release all the way around somehow. Reconnects with the board, shoves it back under his feet, and continues on down the line. Extraordinary.
Robinson building some speed. Looks like he wants to ramp up again. This time a big rotation. He gets it.
Point to land as well. So you can see hits the lip in the perfect spot. Just allows the wind there, helping him keep the board connected to his feet. Lands on the roof, then gets the rotation back around, gets the nose pointing towards the shore, and somehow just muscles his way through the trough.
As we'll see Jack Robinson roll in, deep off the bottom. Robbo drills the first section. Going straight up vertical, crushes it.
As we look at the slow-mo here, just laying right back into it. Just taking a leaf out of John John's book even. And making a nice smooth transition to the second turn. Look how he cut the bottom turn short because he wanted to get right up high. Gets the tail release. And wow, two-turn combination, really good stuff.